In this video, we're going to build linear models from verbal descriptions given a y-intercept. It says an airplane cruises at an altitude of 35,000 feet. It begins its descent at a rate of 1,200 feet per second, or per minute. Find a linear model in the form h of t equals mt plus b, where h represents the altitude of the plane in feet after t minutes into its descent. So they give us 35,000 feet, and that is our y-intercept. So we're going to say the y-intercept would actually be 0 for time, so if this is time here, and 35,000 for the h of t part here. Or we're going to call that actually not h of t, we're going to say the h part. So that means that 35,000 is actually going to be our b value here. It's the y-intercept. So we're going to say that h of t is equal to mt plus 35,000. Now, the 1,200 feet per minute, that's a descent. Descent means that our slope is actually going to be negative here. So it's minus 1,200 feet per minute. So we're going to use that as our slope here, and we're going to say that h of t is equal to negative 1,200 t plus 35,000. And that's our equation for this model, linear model. Let's do a second example. In the second example, it says, a train travels 65 miles and then stops in a city. Then it travels at a speed of 95 miles per hour before reaching its last stop. Enter a linear model which represents the total distance traveled, d, by the train as a function of time, the number of hours after leaving the city. So, they tell us it travels 65 miles. They don't tell us the speed. So that's going to be our b value. That's our starting point. So we're going to say b is equal to 65 miles. And then they tell us that it travels at a speed of 95 miles per hour. So we're going to say that that is, our slope is going to be 95 times the time, which it says t, the number of hours after leaving the city. So we're going to say 95t. So our equation then would be d, the total distance, is equal to 95t plus 65 miles. And that's the equation for this problem here. Now we might say d of t. That might be a little bit better because our input value is t here, so we have it in function form.